how has the band changed from there, going through
Oof.
COVID, touring? I mean, you can definitely tell sonically, artistically, it has changed a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, knowing that you weren't in the band at that point,
Yeah.
how has
So
the band changed?
the band was everyone in the band when they first started, they were very young, and they had came, and actually Abandonment they recorded with the dude that I used to run a studio with. This was 2015, I believe it was. And
Okay.
so everyone in the band was super young, and our singer is the youngest member of the band right now because everyone else in the band is newer. Um, but so yeah, when Abandonment was there, the only original member from that first EP is the vocalist.
Okay.
And everyone was very young, and and you can tell by vocal placements, the production on the
Right.
record, the way the songs were. It was very simple.
Right.
And now it's like if we play one of those songs live now, it's like the crowd's like, "What is this?" You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so weird. Um, but then the band came back and recorded Death of Me, and this is when I was running a studio with another person, and we helped with a lot of the song structuring and vocal placements on Death of Me, and then the band got signed off of that album, and then they put the record out on this label. It was their first label, and they did a fairly long tour, and then basically everybody in the band except for one guitar player left the band after that first long tour. And some of them joined other bands, like their guitar player, he's now the bass player in Spite, and the drummer is now the drummer in a band called Extortionist.
Okay.
So they all like went on, to do other things, and they're all still friends. But right when that happened, this was end of 2017. The singer was talking to me, and he was like, "Oh, he's like, I don't know what to do." And him and the guitar player that were left were like, "Hey, we want to put out a song just so people don't think that the band is gonna break up, since you know what I mean, because
Right.
the only people left were him and this one guitar player." And I was like, "All right, come down to the studio. I'll write the drum parts, you know what I
Right.
mean, and we'll put a song together." And uh, their guitar player that was still there at the time was this kid named Frankie, a really nice kid, and we wrote this song called Exterminate, and that's on the re-release of Death of Me. And we did that, ended up doing a tour. We found a bass player from one of a really good friend of mine who had toured with my old band a bunch. He was in a band called Float Face Down from Jersey, and they were awesome deathcore band. And I was like, "Oh, let's get Kyle Shope from Float Face Down to play bass." And we did that, and it was just awesome. It was Frankie, the one guitar player left, Kyle Shope, and me. And we were like, "Oh, well, we need a second guitar player. Let's get my friend Carter, whose name is also Kyle," and we didn't really put this together. And we're like, "Oh, let's get him to play second guitar." And we're like, "All right." And then we did a tour, and then the one guitar player, Frankie, that was left from the band, ended up quitting after that tour. He was going through just just mental health stuff. It was just
Right.
like he was getting really depressed and stuff, and it just wasn't for him. He really wanted to, have a job and have just better job security. You know what I mean? It is hard being in a touring band when the band isn't making money yet.
Hmm.
And so then we just ran. So now we have me, I played drums in King Conquer. We have Kyle Shope, played bass in Float Face Down. And then we have Kyle Carter, who played guitar in one of my previous bands called Dealey Plaza. And he also played in a band called Beacons. And he always wrote awesome stuff. And then right when he joined the band, we did the re-release of Death of Me that had 5 new songs on it. And me and him, so we put Exterminate on there and then 4 others. And me and him wrote and recorded and sent in 4 brand new songs, fully mixed and mastered to the label, ready to put it out in 4 days.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then the label was like, "Oh, these songs are awesome." We filmed music videos, and then ever since then, we just kept it as a 4 piece, one guitar player, and we just been ripping it. All of us get along so well, and that was beginning of 2018 is when all four of us have like basically done like a resurgence of the band, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then right when the re-release of Death to Me came out, we started working on This Heavy Void just because like we wanted a new album out that was just that was us, you know,
Right.
and it was like the new version of the band, and yeah, and now we've just been just going pedal to the floor.